Hi children, good evening. How are you? Now we are going to start video lesson 4 because already we have completed three video lessons in this chapter, isn't it? Now classification. We discussed about the classification. Classification is what? Making groups according to the similar characters of the living organisms. In that you can see on the screen, these are the hierarchy of this classification. One is life, that means living organisms. Then domain, those who are in the group near characters. The next kingdom, very big. I think you know kingdoms means what? A group of living uh, what we can say countries and all which are ruled by one king. So that is called as a kingdom. Here also kingdom means which are having a large amount of the living organisms. The next phylum. Phylum means the kingdom itself, those living organisms are a little bit similar, closure. Then the kingdom divides into different phylum or phylae. Single is phylum, plural is phylae. Again, this phylae divides into classes, various classes, according to the still more closure characters. Again, each class divides into number of orders according to the similarities again. Again, single order divides into number of families. Again, single family, number of genus, and single genus again differentiated into number of species, which are very, very, very close characters. And also I told you species definition is the living organisms which consists of similar characters and they can breed among themselves, produce what? The fertile offsprings. That means they also can have the capacity to reproduce. So that those are called as a species. Now you can see on the screen different scientists and their classifications according to their view. Linnaeus in 1735, he divided the whole living organisms into only two kingdoms. One is Vegetabilia and Animalia. That means all the plants come in the Vegetabilia, all the animals will included in the Animalia. Like next, Haeckel in 1866, he differentiated the whole living organisms into three kingdoms. One is Protista, second one is Plantae, third one is Animalia. Protista means microorganisms, all will come in the primitive type of organisms, all the fungi, all these will in the Protista. Plantae means, I told you that plants. Animalia means animals. Okay, this is the three kingdom classification. Chatton in 1925, he differentiated only two empires. Empire means empire. Empire means a very big kingdom, isn't it? Emperor, we are saying. And he has given two empires. One is prokaryota and eukaryota. I think you know that differentiation of prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are not having proper nucleus, whereas eukaryotes are having a fully formed nucleus. Including that, there are some other differences also there. Already we have discussed. So just you recollect these differences, okay, after seeing the previous video lessons. And Copeland in 1938, he differentiated four kingdoms. One is Monera, example, bacteria and algae, which are all included in the prokaryotes. Protista, then Plantae, Animalia. Whittaker, 1969, he differentiated five kingdoms. One is Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi, Animalia. Monera means prokaryotes. Protista means primitive type of organisms. Plantae, plants which are included in this. Fungi, you know, mushrooms, yeast, those who are heterotrophic, but it seems similar to that of what? Plants. And Animalia, animals. Uza et al. 1990, he differentiated three domains. That means three different groups: bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. And Cavalier Smith in 1998 only, recently he differentiated six kingdoms. One is bacteria. Bacteria are all present in this protozoa, primitive type of organisms. Chromista, that is the chemical activities which will show the elements and all which are present in the organisms. Plantae, fungi, animalia. Okay, so these are the differentiation, different groups of the organisms by different scientists. And here the well-known classification is by means of Carolus Linnaeus only. In 1700s, he classified the groups of the living organisms. So according to him, the groups are included with different characters, and he made a hierarchy. That is what we have seen previously, that is kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, like that. Okay, he arranged in that way. And also he has given the each single organism into two names, and that is called as a scientific name of each living organism, because it can well known for a whole throughout the world. Why means we are giving the names of living organisms different way in different regions, in different countries. So crow we are calling in English crow, but if you go in French they are calling some other name, and they are the other Arabians they will call in another name. So totally what confusion. We don't know what is. When we are using any animal for experiment, then they can't explain, this is the crow. So what is the crow, they don't know. So it is totally confused. To avoid all these confusions, he has given a scientific name. So this scientific name is utilized throughout the world. Okay, and what is the scientific name, how he given the scientific name? That is binomial nomenclature. Bi means two. So each organism consists of two names. One is generic name and another one is species name. Generic name also includes some other organisms in that which are related to that particular organisms. Species name or specific name means that is totally the only one group of organisms which are very closely related ones. For example, humans, Homo sapien, that is the human specific name or scientific name. Homo is the generic name, sapien is the species name. So sapiens means all the humans only will come in that. Whereas Homo means even apes, chimpanzees, monkeys also will come in that, because they are related to human qualities. That's why we know that the humans evolved from the monkeys, isn't it? Monkeys are our ancestors. So that's why the two names is given to the related one and also similar one. And he created a system of groups called taxa or taxon. Taxon means similar group of organisms. Each taxon is a category into which related organisms are placed. Just now I told you. And approximately 2.5 million kinds of organisms identified till now. But more than still we are adding that one. But recorded one is how much? 2.5 million kinds of the organisms. And what is the taxonomic nomenclature he has given? Class the who? Carolus Linnaeus. He differentiated three kingdoms, and again these three kingdoms are having 5 ranks. First rank, second rank, third rank. How we will use in the class, the same thing he has given the ranks. One is class. Class means having so many groups. Again, this class divides into orders which are having similar characters, like that. According to that, he grouped into different categories: class, order, genus, species, and variety. Until now, species only there. The variety is just added because the variety is nothing but a group. It is because of what? Having a small change which make to show some identification remark in the species. And already we have seen Carolus Linnaeus. He was a Swedish naturalist, and he is the father of taxonomy. Taxonomy means classification. Taxon, we have seen the meaning of taxon, isn't it? Taxonomy means which leads. It is a branch of science which leads classification or grouping of the organisms. And his two things. He contribution two things in this. One is hierarchical classification system. Second one is binomial nomenclature. Hierarchical means arranging the organisms according to their similar characters. First one is kingdom, which is having all the animals are included in the kingdom only. And these kingdoms differentiated into phyla. And these phyla again class, again order, again family, genus, and the last group is species, which is having a very, very small amount of the living organisms, which are very closely related. Small group means not hundreds, some millions, because humans are also in species only, single species. Okay, all the humans are wherever the humans will go in moon or in European countries, whatever it may be. But humans are humans. That means they all consist of only one type of the characters only. Okay, and here the five kingdom concept. After that, nowadays we are following this five kingdom concept only. What is the five kingdom concept? He has taken, that means who? Robert H. Whittaker. In 1960, he considered the characters, these three categories. And according to three categories, he differentiated into five kingdoms. What are the three categories? Cell type. That means the organism which are having prokaryotic or eukaryotic. He divided into like that. And level of organization. That means solitary, that means single or colonial or colony like that. They are unicellular, some are multicellular. So unicellular all are in one group, multicellular all are in another group. And next, nutrition type. So he differentiated according to nutrition type also. Already you know that nutrition type, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Again in heterotrophic you have seen the saprophytic nutrition, isn't it? Holozoic. These are the categories which we can see the type of nutrition. According to that nutrition also, he has differentiated into these five type of the kingdoms. Ingestive means nothing but what? Digestion, what we have taken, digesting and all. Absorption means which are depend on the dead organisms. That means which are absorb the food materials, dead organisms, sap, liquid. Okay, and photoautotrophic, already you know that those are the plants. So kingdom Monera, which is consists of prokaryotic, only very, very simple type of organisms without having nucleus. That is proper nucleus, only genetic material is present. Example, bacteria, you know that. And then kingdom Protista. So kingdom Protista, which are eukaryotes, and they are unicellular or some are solitary, some multicellular organisms also present in that. Example, you can say amoeba, paramecium, and euglena. Then third one is what? Kingdom Animalia. Animals are participate in that. That means all the animals included in that. Example, fish, insects, and human beings, birds, reptiles, frogs, all will come in the Animalia. Next, kingdom Plantae. All the plants are included, which are multicellular, presence of cell wall, but in Animalia there is no cell wall. And here nutrition is autotrophic, whereas Animalia it is a heterotrophic, that means ingestive type. Kingdom Fungi, which is eukaryotic again, but it is a multinucleate. That is the very important feature which you can see in the fungi is multinucleate. For example, you know the cell consists of always single nucleus, whereas here the cell consists of more than one nucleate. It is called as a multinucleate, or it may also called as a syncytial type. Okay, please keep it in your mind, syncytial. And often septate mycelium. Mycelia means the whole group of the whole body part. That is called as a mycelium. Later you can see the structure of this fungi and all in the later topics. Okay, and this mycelia having septa, that means segments like that. Okay, and they are absorptive. That means they will eat the dead organisms. Okay, so go through this table. Whatever we have explained here, it is included. And here these are the examples of organisms. Read this one, go through properly the topic and write the evaluation. Okay, take care, bye.